Hi, and welcome to Barnes Dennig Ask the Experts. I'm Ian McManus, Marketing Manager with Barnes Dennig, and today we're talking with SOC Practice Leader and Director Robert Ramsay and SOC team member Ike Hedges about SOC 3 reporting. We've got a lot to cover, so let's go ahead and get started.
Thank you so much, Ian. Thanks for doing this. And Ike, thanks for joining me today.
Yeah, it's my pleasure. If you don't mind, we'll just jump right into the questions here. So my first question is, why is there a SOC 3 report?
Yeah, originally accountants wanted the SOC 1 to cover financial reporting, and then we realized there was demand for a SOC 2 to cover data security and privacy and confidentiality. And those were restricted to customers of business-to-business providers. And there was a demand for an unrestricted version, something that could be put out on the internet, available for future customers, for anybody to kind of see that blue stamp of approval that there's been a SOC report from a CPA. And so after having a 1 and a 2, they made it a 3, and now we have a SOC 3.
That definitely makes sense. So I know in other SOC reports, they have a light version and a heavy version. So why does the SOC 3 not have a light version?
Yeah, good point. For the SOC 1 and the SOC 2, there's a type 1 and a type 2, and that type 1 was the lighter version, and the type 2 was a full kind of audit over a period of time. A SOC 3 is a derivative of a SOC 2, and it's already kind of a light version. So it's no different testing than a SOC 2. It's a SOC 2 made available for the general public. And it restricts, it's a lot shorter. So a SOC 2 is often 30 to 100 pages. A SOC 3 will be 3 to 5 pages. It has much less information. And so it's a light already, I guess.
That definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
Awesome. So why does everything have to be named with a number?
You know, that's just because we're accountants. The AICPA governs the production of these reports, right? Sets all the standards and rules for what we do to put them out. And I guess they haven't put a lot of thought into the marketing side of it. So we just keep numbering things. So that's what you get when accountants are in charge, I think.
That makes sense. So is it a lot of work to add a SOC 3 to a SOC 2 project?
It's actually not a lot of work, and I don't see a lot of SOC 3 adoption lately, so maybe it'll happen more over time, maybe especially as people realize that it's not a lot of extra work or a lot of extra cost. It is a derivative of a SOC 2, so an auditor doing all the work for a SOC 2 has everything at their disposal to create a SOC 3, and in fact, it's part of a SOC 3 report, and you're just culling a good bit of detail. So it's not a lot of extra work for the value it creates, especially for something that can be put on the internet. Because now if you go searching on the internet, you're not going to see a lot of SOC 1 or SOC 2 reports. They're restricted to customers or folks that know what they're reading. But a SOC 3 you could put out on the internet and make available to everyone and kind of get credit for having done that. So it's not a lot of extra work, and I think that'll grow in popularity.
That's awesome. So that's all the questions I have for you today. Thank you so much, Robert.
Yeah, thanks, Ike. I appreciate it. Good to talk to you.
Thanks. That was some great content. And thank you again for being with us and for sharing your insights today, Ike and Robert. If you'd like more information or would like to set up a conversation with our team, please visit the Barnes Dennig website. And until then, we'll see you next time on Ask the Expert.